Hey, have you been feeling cut off, unwanted, or unseen lately? Do not go away, because the method you are using to handle loneliness at this moment could be making it more severe. Loneliness ruins men long before heartbreak does. It is a quiet destroyer of confidence, purpose, masculinity, and most men do not see it until they are truly drowning in it. Stephanie here. Welcome to the Manipulated Mind. So today I am explaining the real reasons men feel lonely, even when they seem like they have everything together, how loneliness can deceive you into bad habits, and above all, how to solve it in a way that makes you more attractive, grounded, and powerful than you have ever been. This video will change your life. So most men think loneliness hits when they are sitting in an empty apartment at night. But loneliness strikes hardest when you are really surrounded by people who have no idea who you truly are. It is when you are at work telling jokes, but nobody knows you just cried last night. It is when you are spending time with friends, but you cannot tell them the truth about how burdened you feel about everything. It is when a woman says she likes you, but is unaware of a single thing about your fears, your struggles, your past, or what keeps you up at night. That is loneliness, not silence, invisibility. Men do not talk about this because you are conditioned to act like everything is fine. You absorb the punches, you solve your own problems. You never show weakness if you hide everything. People are unable to connect to you, even the ones who want to. Tell me, when was the last time someone asked, "Are you okay?" and you truly told them the truth? Most men answer with the same line, "I'm good." But no, you are not. You are worn out, often frustrated. You are pushed to your limit, but nobody knows because you simply do not let them. And that makes a brutal loop. You do not share, no one sees you, you feel invisible, you isolate even more. This is why some men feel more lonely in relationships than they ever did when they were single. Because emotional connection is not created by physical presence, it is created by being known. When you feel unseen long enough, you start thinking you do not matter. You stop reaching out. You start starting conversations. You convince yourself that nobody would care even if you did open up. And that is the lie that loneliness tells. Real strength, however, is letting one person, at least one person, see the real you. Not the act you perform, not the character that always has it under control, the person you are scared that someone might judge. Once a man breaks that silence, even once, loneliness loses half of its power. But until then, you are not alone. You are unseen. And there is a big difference. When a man feels lonely, his standards drop, his clarity drops, judgment drops, because humans are made to avoid emotional pain faster than physical pain, and loneliness hurts. So what occurs? You start grabbing for the wrong people just to fill that silence and emptiness that you feel, right? You convince yourself that your ex was not that bad. You text the girl who gave you just enough hope for months just to feel something. You accept the lowest effort from a woman because it is still better than going to sleep in an empty bed. You keep complicated relationships alive that drained you, embarrassed you, or made you feel unwanted. Let us be real. You know she was not good for you. You know she does not respect you. You know she is using you for attention, validation. But loneliness whispers, just answer her. It feels better than being alone tonight. And that whisper turns men into emotional addicts. You do not really want her. You just want that rush, the dopamine spike that takes your mind off feeling empty. Here's what happens. Every time you go back to someone who hurt you, you are not choosing her. You are choosing distraction over healing. And that is why nothing really gets better. That is why the cycle repeats. That is why you stay stuck. You see, loneliness does not make you chase the wrong woman. It makes you ignore the right ones too. Because when you're aching for attention, you do not think deeply. You do not see red flags. You do not listen to your instincts. You just want that pain to stop. When you act from loneliness, you are not acting from strength. You're acting from a place of fear, and fear is the worst romantic strategy a man can use. If you want your standards back, if you want your confidence back, if you want women to respect you again, you have to stop using them as painkillers. Connection works, attention works, affection works, but self-respect works even better. Until you handle your loneliness, you will keep choosing the wrong woman every single time. Believe me on this one. Loneliness does not just make you sad. It changes your brain, drains your discipline, kills your motivation. Because when you feel emotionally empty, everything starts to feel useless. And before you know it, you are living on autopilot. Work feels more difficult. Your goals feel impossible. Your gym membership becomes a monthly donation. Your hobbies start to collect dust. Even simple chores like cleaning your room feel like climbing a mountain. Because loneliness is not just an emotion, it is a hole. It pulls the life out of your ambition. Loneliness convinces you that nothing you do matters, and when nothing matters, you stop trying. You stop chasing the version of yourself you know you are capable of becoming. And here is where the story flips. The same loneliness, if managed right, can become jet fuel. Because men build best when they are hungry, change when they are uncomfortable, rise when they are done running from themselves. Loneliness can either be the thing that ruins you or the thing that lights that fire within you, and it relies on what you do with it. Loneliness drained the part of you that cared. Now it is your responsibility to reclaim it. Some men secretly believe if I just had the right woman, the right friends, the right social life, I would not feel lonely anymore. Completely wrong, because loneliness is not caused by a lack of people. It is caused by a lack of direction. When a man wakes up every day with no mission, no internal target, no driving force pulling him forward, he becomes emotionally needy. He begins depending on other people to feel alive. He expects others to fill that gap in his identity. But people do not fix loneliness. Purpose does. Think about every area of your life where you felt the strongest. It was not because you had more friends or had a girlfriend. It was not because everything was easy. It was, however, because you were building something, working on something. You had a purpose, a project, a skill, a goal, a business, a body you were proud of, a future you could see clearly. When a man has purpose, loneliness does not disappear, it becomes irrelevant. And purpose fills your mind. It organizes your day, gives your actions meaning, makes you too focused to worry over who's not texting you back. You see, purpose is the cure for emotional emptiness. Humans need a sense of progress more than they need company. If you feel stuck, even the best relationship will not save you. If you feel directionless, even a full social circle cannot fulfill you. If you are not growing, connecting becomes harder, not easier. Purpose is what brings your confidence back. Purpose is what restores discipline. Purpose is what makes you attractive again. A man with purpose gives off so much energy. He speaks differently, moves differently, commands attention without demanding it. When you are chasing purpose, you do not chase people. Guess what? People start chasing you because you become so rare. So I want you to ask yourself this uncomfortable question. What are you building right now that gives your life structure? What is that thing? If the answer is nothing, then loneliness is doing exactly what loneliness does. It is draining the fire out of your life. Purpose is not a hobby, it is survival. Do you agree that purpose is stronger than people for beating loneliness? What is one purpose you are working on right now? Tell us in the comments below. Make sure you watch the rest of the video for the complete message. If this is helping you, please like, share this video, and subscribe to The Manipulated Mind for more insights every week. And until you find yours, loneliness will always control your life. One of the biggest falsehoods men believe today is the idea that more people equals less loneliness. More followers, more contacts, more group chats, more faces around you. But the hard truth is this: a crowd can make you feel lonelier than isolation, because being surrounded by people who do not actually know you is emotional hunger pretending to be socializing. Most men collect contacts like trophies, but cannot name one person that they can trust with their deepest fears. They have thousands of people in their phone book, but not one they can call when they are falling apart. That is not connection, it is noise. Noise is precisely what keeps you from understanding how empty your support system really is. Here is something most men have never been told. You only need one person you can fully be real with. Just one. One man you can talk to or woman you can talk to without pretending. One friend who will not judge your struggles. One person who knows the real you, not the perfect version. When your circle is small, your connections get deep. Deep connections protect you, build you, and make loneliness easier to handle. If you do not currently have that one friend, if you do not have anyone you can speak openly to, if your circle is all drinking buddies, coworkers, surface-level acquaintances, or people who know the fun version of you but not the real one, then listen, it is time to ask yourself a question. Are you choosing the wrong people, or are you showing them the wrong version of yourself? Because building a small, loyal circle starts with you becoming someone trustworthy, consistent, emotionally honest, even a little. A man with one solid person in their corner is stronger than the man with the whole crowd behind him. A small circle does not fix loneliness, it steadies your entire life. This is the final challenge of loneliness. If you cannot stand being alone with your thoughts, the world will always control you. Most men cover their loneliness in noise. Music always playing, podcasts constantly on, scrolling until their thumb hurts, video games, endless distractions. Not because they enjoy them, but because it is the silence that reveals the parts of you that you have not dealt with. Silence forces you to confront the mistakes that you have not forgiven yourself for, the dreams you abandoned, the pain you never talked about, the insecurities you pretend do not exist, the fear that maybe you are not who you thought you were. And instead of facing that, men run. What's harder for you, being in a crowded room feeling alone, or sitting in silence with your own thoughts? Share your biggest challenge in the comments. If you found this honest breakdown valuable, please let us know by liking this video, sharing it with a friend, and subscribing to The Manipulated Mind with Stephanie.
They hide behind being busy, hide behind dating, hide behind "I just like being entertained." No, you are avoiding yourself. This is why some men cannot handle rejection, why they fall apart after breakups, why they chase validation so hard. They crumble when life hits them, because their emotional stability is not built on inner strength, but built on distraction. You see, the moment you learn to sit in your own presence without reaching for a phone, a person, or a way to cope, you become unbreakable. And it is not because life got easier, but you quickly realize nothing outside of you has the power to break you. Every powerful man you admire, the legends, the leaders, the great athletes, the unshakable ones, had seasons of isolation. Not because they were rejected, but they were trying to become something. Isolation was not a penalty, it was preparation. But to unlock that, you have to do the one thing most people avoid: sit in the quiet. Let the thoughts come. Let the discomfort rise. Let the emotions show themselves. Learn to be at peace in your own presence, and you will never fear loneliness again. Am I speaking to somebody? I am not trying to preach to you today. I guess what I am saying is this: loneliness is not a curse, it is a signal. It is your life saying it is time to rebuild yourself from the inside out. So face it and do not run from it. Use it as the fuel that shapes you into the man you were meant to be. So, what's the first step you'll take after hearing this? Share your commitment or your biggest takeaway in the comments below. If this message of strength resonated with you, please support this channel by liking this video, sharing it with someone on a similar journey, and subscribing to The Manipulated Mind for more honest guidance. This is Stephanie. I will see you in the next video.